in this past episode, we were talking about the different energies and why is it, do you ladies find that sometimes it's very easy to go and make a change? That's an easy change to make. Like, yep, I got to change that. Yep, I have to do that. And other times, change can be so excruciating. And I'm sure it has to do with comfortable and uncomfortableness,
Mm-hmm.
but change is uncomfortable. But sometimes, for me, certain changes are really easy and some like scare the bejeebies out of me. Do you guys deal with that?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Like I think it would be helpful to have some examples of what you think is easy, something to change is easy, and something is really, you more, seems a lot larger to change.
Um, so it could be uncomfortable. As we all know, I'm doing my race. And so there have been some nutrition changes I've had to make. And um, so they're hard to make, but they're uncomfortable. I've had to really watch certain intakes of processed food and all of that aspect. And as hard as that changes, and it can be uncomfortable. Boy, everybody wants their French fries every day, you know. As uncomfortable, it's like it's an easier way for me to make a change. However, I can have a trying to think of a hard change. All right. I could, it's going to pertain to my business. I could need to go live, to just go live and not have a prepared script. And that type of a change can bring me to my knees.
Mm.
Now, they're both changes, they're both different levels of changes. But why can't, why, yeah, they're just hard sometimes. It's hard to put into words the feeling. And I know it has to do with fear and uncomfort, but we've always said this in past episodes, and the viewer will know what I'm saying. Does that happen to you guys, or is it just me?
No, absolutely.
Don't
I'm
you think it,
wondering if,
oh,
go
sorry, go
ahead,
ahead.
Tracy. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, don't you think it's just, again, natural for you to take the path of least resistance? And so it's just easier not to change. It's just easier.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't have a problem changing my nutrition because I know it'll make me stronger. And if I use the exact same philosophy about going live, I'm just talking myself into why I'm not going live. Like, I'm healing myself right in front of you guys. No, I'm only kidding.
We're going to start charging you for these.
But the nutrition, though, the nutrition feeds another goal. Like it's part of that goal process. You have a race to do, and along that race there
Yeah.
is obstacles and things that you have been faced with and overcome and whatever, because you have a definitive and you have been very decisive in, I'm going to complete this race. And this is just one other aspect of that. So that may be why it's a little easier to go, okay, I have to pivot here because this is going to get me to my end destination of what it is that I want to do. But
So go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm wondering if we make things hard or easy because that's the easy thing to do. Like you were saying, Tracy, the path of least resistance. When we tell ourselves it's going to be hard, it's going to be hard. Our brain will go out and find every reason why this is going to be a difficult task to do. And if we tell ourselves it's going to be easy, our brain does that too, because our brain is literally waiting for instructions at all times. Just tell me what to do. And if you're not going to tell me what to do, then I'm going to take over and I'm going to do what requires the least amount of work and effort, because we are literally hardwired from standing upright to conserve energy, because it meant life or death. And so, and we have not evolved. Our brains have not evolved in that way. So the path of least resistance is exactly what our brain wants to do. Exactly what it wants to do.
But neither one of you answered my question. Am I the only one who feels like this?
Oh God, no, I do it all the time.
Okay.
All the time. I go, this is easy. This is going to be really hard. But again, it's like, it's interesting because when I catch myself doing that, it's like, well, this is just a decision. I'm deciding to do something, and I can either tell myself with my thought that this is going to be difficult and therefore it becomes difficult, or I can say, you know what? I'm going to do this and it's going to be easy. I'm going to make it easy.
Tracy G.
Well, I'm just thinking about, I'm throwing changes in my head, and I'm just thinking like, so say I want to get healthy, like it's just almost like you got to have procrastination comes in there. And so the pain is less than the profit. So the profit is I get fit, but I feel the pain of getting fit, it's too much. And so I'm going to procrastinate. So,
because it's the immediacy of what you're feeling, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I want to get healthy and fit. That's what I really desire. But
I'm going to sit here and watch Netflix
and eat chips because that's way easier.
Way easier, but it isn't, because 6 months down the road, I'm really unhealthy now. And for some reason, I've tricked my brain into thinking that is the easier path. Like the lives, just getting through them makes it easy for the next one and next one. And then it's not even a question anymore, but we're going to put up this. I got to stop putting my hand up. We're going to put out this procrastination. We're going to find every reason not to. I don't know, like why? Because when you think of the pain point, it should be, it's more than what you're doing. Like,
you make an excellent point. I love the way you've put this, Tracy G. I love the way that you have said we're putting more emphasis on the pain point than on the profit point. And the end result, whatever the end result is your profit. We don't have to use it as a monetary. I love the way that you're saying that, because that word profit, that's a strong word, and so is pain. But we're giving more control to the pain point, and we're giving less control to the profit point.
And the problem is with that is that the pain in that moment isn't pain. The sitting on the couch and eating the potato chips is not pain in that exact moment. In fact, it is the exact opposite of pain. It's joy. It's like your brain's super happy that that's what you're doing. It is, unfortunately, what happens is that we do that, then all of a sudden we go, oh, wait a minute, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to inhale this bag of potato chips that I've just inhaled. And then we experience the pain of doing that.
So it's almost like you have to ask yourself, in delaying what you need or doing, what is the end pain? Is that pain going to be, how do I want to say this? Are you giving more to that end result in pain and forgetting what that profit would be? You know what I mean? It's like you have to, it's almost as if you have to, until you make it a habit, you have to question every reason why you're not making the change.
Well, right? So say you're in a job that you're unhappy with, right? And you go, I want to get out of this job. I'm going to make a change. And then you start to look at what that involves. Okay, well, now I've got to up my resume. Oh, now I see that I'm missing a couple of skills that I should probably have for these positions I want to go for. Now I actually got to look for some positions, and all of a sudden going back to those tasks and lists and all, you're like, what? You know what? Is my job that bad? I'm going to put up with my a-hole boss or this grumpy coworker because now I have to do these things. And again, like Tracy has said, we're hardwired to.
But I think you just accidentally put why some change is hard and some can be, because I'm clear about that in my race.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this change in my nutrition is just one of those steps to get me through my race.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to want to change a position or a job, that can be overwhelming. So I think when it comes down to a person's feeling of overwhelmedness of a change, that could deter whether it would be hard or kind of easier. So yeah, my nutrition piece is overwhelming, but I know what I have to do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But to sit down and have to completely change careers, that can be completely.
But then we're going in a uncomfortable position because you don't know what that brings you. You think it's going to be good, but then you're like, oh, am I going to like my new job? I'm going to get along with my coworkers and all this. And so again, change is the unknown. So now it's pushing us out of our comfort zone. And so it's just easier to eat the chips and watch Netflix.
Our brains are actually designed for three things and three things only. And it's the motivational triad. And we are designed to have as much pleasure as we possibly can, avoid pain at all costs, and do as little as we possibly can. So if you look at your example, Tracy, of changing the job, you can see how quickly that motivational triad is in place. Yeah. We want a new job because we're not happy. We feel good about that right in the moment. It's like, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's do it. Then we start thinking about all the things that we have to do, and our brain goes, oh my God, this is so much work. Yeah. So much work. We don't want to do this. And you don't even know what the outcome is going to be. Too much work. This is going to be painful. What do I need to do in the moment? That pleasure part of us is like, well, I'm going to avoid that. And I'm just going to go have a bag of chips or bowl of ice cream or glass of wine or whatever it is. Right.
Right. Yeah. And vent about my bad job.
Yeah. And it's just easier to do that. And our brain knows how to do that because it's telling us to do that. It's that motivational triad. What is really hard is to go, oh, I get what's happening here. I understand why I'm going for the chips. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to give into that urge of feeling good right now, or do I delay and go towards my goal and sit and figure out what job do I want to do? I'm going to go Google some stuff right now. What skills do I need to add? I'm going to update my resume right now. Because on the other side of delayed gratification is everything you ever wanted.
Right. Yeah.
It's true.
It's as easy as that.
It is. You know what? As crazy as that is.
No.
It's true. On the other side of being really uncomfortable is everything you've ever dreamed of.
Yeah. Yeah. And you think of the percentage of people that don't push themselves out of the comfort zone. Your competition is a lot less than you think, because majority of people aren't doing that.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
So change is change. It's hard when you make it hard. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm coming to. It's cool.
Or we could say all change is hard because you're going to be uncomfortable doing whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's what do you want to do with being uncomfortable?
Yes. And if you want to make a change, that means you're not happy with your comfort level right now. Mm-hmm. And, we're not happy with a pair of jeans we put on and we'll go out and buy a new pair of jeans. We're not happy with the haircut, we find another hairdresser. We're not comfortable with superficial things, and we'll easily make that change. But I think, again, when it comes to that internal, that's when we stop. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. This was helpful. On that note, we would love for you to give us your thoughts. Give us your thought on the episode. If you have any questions, comments, please let us know. We will definitely look at them. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share with a friend, and we'll see you every Wednesday. Until then, have a good day.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.